Hi guys, it's Mrs. Huynh. So today I want to look at some more division story problems, but we're looking at them two different ways. We're looking at sharing division story problems and grouping division problems, and that is how we decide what piece we are actually looking for. So if we're looking at a sharing division problem, we're looking to find how many are in each group. So for example, I have evenly split 10 cookies on 2 plates. How many cookies are on each plate? So let's circle what we know. I know I have 10 cookies, and I know that they're on 2 plates. Of course, I'm going to underline that question. You guys are so good at cubing. And then I am going to box that word split evenly, and I am going to box the words plates. And how many? So if I know I have them on 2 plates, I know how many groups I have. What I need to find out is how many go inside the group. So that's saying 2 groups of something equals that 10 cookies. So now I just have to figure out, well, 2 times what equals 10? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5. So in this case, my answer is 5 cookies. So in this one, I was looking to figure out how many are in each group. Grouping, you want to figure out how many groups you actually have. I know it's a little confusing. I have to think about it a lot too. So with grouping, I want to know how many groups do I have? Here's another example using those cookies. I have 10 cookies. I put 5 on each plate. How many plates do I need? I know how many go in the group because I have 10 cookies, 5 on each plate. So I'm boxing that word each. How many more box plates? So in this case, I don't know how many groups I have, but I know that 5 go inside that group. Something times 5 equals 10. Well, if we look at our fact family, we know that we can use commutative property to figure out that this would be a 2. Speaking of fact families, let's write these down. Fact families to this 2 times 5 equals 10. So 2 times 5 equals 10. 5 times 2 equals 10. Can help this to figure out your unknowns. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. Fact families! They really help you figure out some of your missing numbers, especially with the division. If you're really comfortable with your multiplication, use that multiplication to help you figure out your unknown number in your division equation. So, sharing, how many go in each group? Grouping, how many groups do I have? Let's look at 2 more problems together. Let me erase this board. And let's figure out if this one is sharing or grouping. My problem is, if I had 24 cookies and I wanted to divide it evenly between 6 children, how many cookies would each child get? Let's figure out what we have to figure out what we're looking for. So I have 24. I'm going to circle the 24. And I wanted to divide them evenly between 6 children. How many cookies would each child get? I'm going to box that word each. Ooh, I like the word divide. Evenly. I'm going to box cookies. 24 cookies. Divide evenly between 6 children. I think my children are my groups. So in this case, this is going to be a sharing division problem because I already know how many groups I have. I have 6. I don't know how many go in each group. How many does each kid get? So let's figure that out. Switch colors. So I know I have 24 cookies. Six children. We want to find out how many go with each kid. So this is going to be a division problem that looks like this. 24 divided by 6 equals an unknown. Let's do some loops and groups. It's been a while since we've done those. So my groups are my kids because this is a sharing. We already know how many groups we have. So there's my groups. So one way of doing this to figure out is how many each kid gets is to put 1 in each group until you hit 24. Here's what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm going to keep going until I reach 24. So there's my 24. Now I'm going to look at one group. One group has 4 in it, so that tells me 24 divided by 6 equals 4. So 4 cookies go to each child. Oops. Okay? I want to write the fact family to this fact. So we already know one member of the fact family. 24 divided by 6 equals 4. 24 divided by 4 equals 6. 4 times 6 equals 24. Using those same 3 numbers, 6 times 4 equals 24. So this is a good example of a sharing because you don't know how many one each group gets. All right, let's look at another one. Let me clear some space. Next one is about baseball cards. Emma has 35 baseball cards. She puts them evenly in rows. There are 7 in each row. How many rows are there? So let's circle 35 baseball cards. 7 in each row. How many rows are there? Gonna box each row evenly. How many rows? I know how many go in each row, but do I know how many rows I have? This one's not a sharing. This one's going to be a grouping because I know how many go in the group. I just don't know how many groups I actually have. So let's figure it out. So Emma has 35 baseball cards. Splits them evenly, 7 in each row. So that's saying, I don't know how many groups I have, but I know there's 7 in each of them, and that's going to equal 35. Or I could do 35 divided by 7 equals our unknown. Let's draw it out. Let's do an array. So I know that she's got 7 in each row. I just don't know how many rows she has. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 7 in each row. And I'm going to keep going until I reach 35. 14. lines are not even today, guys. I'm sorry. So now I count and figure out how many groups of 7 I made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 35 divided by 7 equals 5. 5 times 7 equals 35. Rows this time. Okay, now there's 2 members of the fact family. I'm leaving it up to you to figure out what the other 2 members of the fact families are. Go ahead and answer the 3, 4, and 5 on the worksheet. If you get stuck, just let us know. Have fun.